Yeah. You know the vibes. You know what it is. Y'all used to be starting late. And I'm late. I'm still late. But I ain't as late as I usually am. All right. It ain't about perfection. It's about improvement. You say you got to get a little better every day. You know what I'm saying? He who chases perfection perfects nothing. Ain't nobody said that. That's not a quote. I just made it up right before I said it. And I will continue to make up shit right before I say it for the remainder of this podcast. Let's get it started. Yeah. You know what it is. This is another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. This is episode 282. All right. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, BBC, King Keto, the king of ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus, the Southside Savior, Unctimus Prime. It's a new one. That's a new one I wanted to try on. Unctimus Prime. I thought about Optimus Subprime. Optimus Past Prime. But I think we're going with Unctimus Prime. Y'all let me know what y'all think, Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm like, I'm old. I'm 43, man, but it's like, I feel like Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? Like Wolverine was mad old. Those comic books. There's a couple of fucking real nerds who got that shit. All right, yo. And we got a lot we want to cover today, man. We're gonna talk about different ways you can make some money, get in great shape, build your money muscle mindset. That's what this is all about. You heard me? All right. And I'm not alone though. It's not just me. All right. So we're gonna have Young Candlestick coming through a little later for the market update. So we can make some money off these wars and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like Tony Stark's before you was in the cave making money off war, that's what we're gonna be doing. All right. There's a lot of moves you can make in the stock market to position yourself to make some money off these wars. All right. But I'm also here with Nema, man. You know what I'm saying? The best podcast producer in the game, the man from Iran, the beast from the Middle East. Was good, man?
All good, man. Just following the news.
Yeah, man. Money. Listen. I think you need to give us the Iranian update from a native, man. What it do?
So there are like U.S. and Israel are. I mean, the main is like already out there, like collaborative attacks, but these are very well calculated attacks. Like they are literally attacking like the key leaders of the IRGC, the corruptive terrorist organization. But that's what they're doing. But they mentioned that as the number of missiles that Iranian regime is using is just declining. And
really?
Now it's like in the first days they were doing like 98, and now it's like 6, 7.
Oh, they're running out of missiles.
They're running out. Yeah, they're running
out of missiles. That's good news.
Yeah,
that's good news, man. So, and just so y'all know, he's from Iran. He immigrated here, like how many years ago?
2018.
2018, man. Back in the day, it was a different time. It was a different time. Imagine, man. As soon as you come here, man, next thing you know, it's a pandemic.
I actually came here when Trump was the president.
Trump was the president?
Yeah.
You come full circle.
Yeah.
Full circle, man. The first time, it'd have been a lot more difficult this time. Especially from Iran.
It's always hard as an Iranian.
Yeah. No, it's always hard, man. It's hard to take a flight. I saw some shit, man. This motherfucker, it was Ramadan. Mm-hmm. I ain't got to tell you. And this motherfucker, he had his alarm to go off so he could pray. Motherfuckers ain't like that shit. They heard some beeping. It was on a flight. They heard some beeping, and then the Islamic dude praying. And
God.
Nah, man, they fucking grounded that flight. He's like, I'm just praying.
That's interesting, though. One of the main things that the media doesn't communicate is Iranians are not Muslims.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, they are not.
Really?
Yeah, like 85% of the population are not Muslim, are not even religious, and the 15% are the ones that are probably attributed to the government.
Really? So
yeah,
what?
Islam was
There's no religion out there.
I mean, there are Christians. There are
There's Christians in Iran.
There are, but mostly, I mean, including myself, like we are not religious people, and it's just like that. But Islam was imposed to the country.
Same thing happened here. Depending on how you got here. My ancestors was like, nah, y'all gonna be Christian. or we're gonna whip you some more. You're gonna love Jesus, or we're gonna whip you some more here. We're gonna whip you and fucking rape you more if you don't love Jesus enough.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up being Christian, you know. My favorite thing about the Jizzle, the big homie, is his first miracle. You know what it was?
What was it?
What was it?
You tell me.
He made some wine for the function. That's the first one. The first thing my man could have moved mountains. He could have did all types of shit. The first thing he did was make some more wine for the homies. That's love. And his mama told him to do it. His mama told him to do it. Man, read your Bibles. It's right there. Mary was like, hey, Jesus, man, why don't you go ahead and give us some wine for the function? And Jesus like, all right, mama, here you go. Here's some wine. That really happened. That's how it goes. First thing, man, off the rip. First recorded when he might have been doing some dope shit when he was a kid. You know, he might have did some dope shit when he was younger, man. Turned rocks to toys. He might have been turning rocks to toys for all the other kids. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, man, we got a lot we want to cover today, man. We got a lot we're going to cover today, but I got two sponsors, man. The first sponsor. Okay, this ain't like your regular show. Oh, you know what? DJ Chiquita Grande's not here. Oh. Yeah, slacking. She's slacking. I'm gonna have to communicate with her. Nah. She one of her friends is in town, and they supposed to be back by now. They went to the beach or some shit, and they both women and they Dominican, so being on time. It's a double whammy, man. We can't really expect them to be on time. All right. So Nema's gonna be reading your super chats. All your which is even funny, which is even more fun. That's even gonna be more exciting. All right, so we got two sponsors. These other motherfuckers, they have sponsors, man, to be motherfucking Rocket Money, motherfucking Prize Picks, or some other gambling shit. They want you to be degenerates, man. They want you gambling. We don't want you gambling, man. Unless, of course, Prize Pick wants to sponsor the podcast, in which case I'll change my whole shit around. I can be, for the right amount of money, I can be pro gambling this afternoon. I am totally willing to sell out Prize Picks. Prize Picks, motherfucking steak, nigga bets, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you got. I'm totally willing to sign out. But right now, I'm the only sponsor. I'm the first sponsor. I got a free ebook to show you how to grow your online fitness business. It's called which one we got in there?
The 7-day AI action plan.
The 7-day AI action plan. Show you how to use AI to grow your online fitness business. It's free. Links in the description. Make sure you grab that shit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you grab that shit. It's gonna show you how to use AI to grow your following, right? Show you how to use AI to make more sales, right? As an online trainer through social media, right? And it's gonna show you how to actually train your clients so they get amazing results. Right? I've helped over 15,000 people grow successful online fitness business, and you can be next. All you got to do is hit the link in the description, download that ebook, and you'll be well on your path, brother. It's 100% free. Go ahead and click that link. Go ahead and get it, man. Go ahead and get it. All right. Also, yo, man, can we throw the viral content?
Mhm.
All right.
By the time you say
All right, guys. There's another thing I want to show you guys. So I created this tool for you. You guys want to? This is the second sponsor. I created this tool for you called the Viral Content Architect. Links is gonna be in the description. And this is for all y'all content creators or aspiring content creators. Here's what you do: you put in your niche. Boom. We got all types of shit. Fitness coaching is going to be, because that's what I focus on. Hoping, but you know, maybe you a life coach, a business coach, maybe you a day trader, maybe you fuck with crypto. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you a parenting coach. Maybe you talk about SaaS, Amazon FBA, consulting, you know, bodybuilding, weight loss, whatever your shit is, right? You put your niche in here, then you put your target market, right? I put in here busy dads. You know what I'm saying? Padres. And then you pick which which platform you want to post on. This is for short form content, right? So Instagram Reels, TikToks, or YouTube Shorts, right? Then you hit generate and you'll be immediately confronted with 20 dope ideas for content. It's 100% free. Click the link in the description. You get ideas and a little bit of an outline. A little bit of an outline that you can expand upon. You can copy this, put this in wherever you want. 100% free. And what it does is it's not just AI. It scrapes Reddit, Google Trends, you know, and finds what people are, what your target market is searching for, like what they're searching for online, and then it uses AI to come up with topics based off what people are already searching for. Come on, this way we not guessing, we finessing. All right. And it's 100% free. You only use it 3 times a day because this shit costs me money, man. Tokens. But it don't cost you nothing. It's free. All right. So the Viral Content Architect, that link in the description, help you make some content so you can get it popping. All right. It's a really dope tool. I made it for me, but I said, you know what? Let me get this to the people. All right. And then, and also, we got Thought Repellent. Thought Repellent. We want to have this out. When is St. Patrick's Day? I'm not Irish. I don't have to memorize. Yeah. But you grew up closer to Ireland than me. So I thought you might have.
It's March 17th.
March 17th. So, okay, we want to have this out by March 17th.
1 week.
We want to have it out by St. Patrick's Day. All right. So Thought Repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the hose away. Because once you start following all the advice from the Victory Talk podcast, you're gonna get in better shape. You're gonna build your money, your muscle, you know, and your mindset. And then bitches gonna be all over you. But not all bitches is good bitches. No. Despite what you may have heard on The View, some women are bad. Yeah. Some women got nefarious intentions. Some of them are thoughts, hoes, sluts. And this has been genetically engineered to not affect, in a negative way, not affect regular women. They're going to smell you and be like, man, you smell delicious. What is that aroma, that fragrance? What is that? God damn, you smell delicious. All right. And they'll be more attracted to you, but it will repel thoughts, hoes, sluts, skanks, skeezers, Jezebels, scallywags, and hood rats. Right, it's been genetically engineered to only repel them. All your super chats go towards development of Thought Repellent. We're ready to launch. We just need some more money because you know it's gonna. I spent all my money on R&D, right? But now to actually manufacture it, we want to crowdsource this. And all your super chats go towards this. So when you leave super chat, you will be contributing to the Thought Repellent Fund, and you'll be keeping men safe all around the world, man. All around the world. All right. We're gonna have this out. We haven't been talked about it much, but we plan on having it out. We plan on having it. This might be I don't know. This is the first time I might have mentioned it once or twice.
I think previous episode.
Yeah, maybe
Briefly.
Maybe. But Yeah, we want to have this out really soon. You know, and all your super chats are going to go towards development of that. Yeah, we crowdsourcing, and I could have went on to some venture capitalists, or I could have went to Y Combinator, could have hollered at some angel investors, could have went on Shark Tank, but I ain't want to answer to nobody but y'all. I only wanted to answer to the victinators. All right, I didn't want to go on Shark Tank, and now I got to take orders from Mr. Wonderful. You know what I'm saying? I got to take orders from Barbara, Mark Cuban, or Damon John. And me and Damon got beef, man. He knows what he did, and he knows it's up. Next time we run it, he knows what he did. All right. But anyway, I wanted the crowdsource it. I wanted us to fund it. All right. For us, by us. And I think a hero. It's the praise for Greg. It's for Greg. Yeah, let's just read it right quick. Okay. Maybe we bring it up when Greg comes.
Yep. I'll keep it then. Dreamhopper is saying, shout out to Greg. That motherfucker don't miss. I'm up 41%.
Hey, he must be a victory trader. He must be a victory trader. Shout out to you, man.
I'm going to keep the comments.
We're going to keep that up for Greg a little bit later. Hey, guys. You want to talk about how to make money, man? You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about how to get some motherfucking money? All right, let's go. It's impossible for you to stay broke if you do what I'm about to tell you. If you follow the instructions in this video, there's no reason to believe you won't be financially successful. All right? You are going to ball, and you're going to ball hard. And perhaps you'll be like me, balling out of control if you do this right. All right. We don't want to ball normal. We want to ball out of control. I'm going to show you how. All right. So let's talk about making money, getting rich, I don't want you to just not be broke. I want you to get rich. Right. And to get rich, it's not about income. It's very rare, very seldom do people get rich 100% off of income? Unless, of course, you are like a Hollywood actor or then you get paid like millions per movie, right? Or if you're a pro athlete or something like that, you get paid, millions per season. But you're probably not going to be an A-list actor or a pro athlete, all right? If you got that, you don't need to be watching this video, right? I'm talking about you. What you're going to have to do is you're going to not focus on you. You're going to have to get in a position where you get rich off what you own. All right. Ownership is where most people get rich. Most people get rich from ownership. And we need to put ourselves in a position where we own things that give us money. We own things that make us rich, and these are assets. So the key is to accumulate enough assets that we get rich, right? And I'm going to break down what they are and how you can acquire them. Okay, so the main asset classes that I want you to focus on are stock market, which is stocks, ETFs, crypto. Stocks, ETF. I'll throw crypto in there because on a lot of exchanges you can buy cryptocurrency. I'm using that word currency. That word currency is doing a lot of heavy lifting when we talk about currency, crypto. When we talk about crypto, that word currency is doing a lot of heavy lifting. But yeah, whatever. Cryptocurrency, real estate, or your own business. Those are the big three categories. Those are the big three categories, because these are going to be assets that produce, that not only appreciate, but also produce income in many ways, right? Okay, so the goal is to accumulate enough of these assets that they pay for your lifestyle. Okay, like Jeff Bezos did not get rich from his paycheck. You know, when they talk about Elon Musk being the richest man in the world, it's not like he's getting a paycheck that makes him the richest man in the world. It's what he owns, right? It's net worth. Very seldom are we talking about liquid money? Okay. So the goal is going to be to accumulate assets, right? Not focused on income. However, to accumulate the assets, initially you're going to have to work really hard, right? Okay. Because when they talk about the richest people in the world or people who are super rich, they're not typically the people who are working the hardest, at least right now, right? They probably didn't. They're talking about the people who have the assets and who own the most amount of valuable assets. Okay. It's very, very clear distinction, but we're going to have to work hard to accumulate the assets. It's very important. Okay? And I got a formula for you guys, a strategy. And this is exactly what I did to become a multimillionaire. And you can do it too. All right. Again, I'm self-made, didn't inherit nothing, didn't have no advantages aside from being tall and handsome. If you are above average, if you are average intelligence, you can do this. Right? Even a dummy can do this as long as you're not like dummy, as long as you're not like, I don't want to say it on the internet, man, but you know what I mean. As long as you ain't wearing a helmet, as long as you ain't walking around with a helmet, and you can speak coherent sentences, you can do this. Okay. It's going to start with what I call MBA accounting. All right. And the MBA stands for never broke again. Never broke again accounting. All right. And the first thing you need to do when along this journey is you need to set up 5 bank accounts. Yeah, 5 bank accounts. Okay. And the first bank account is going to be the holding account. This is where you hold all your money goes into this one spot, especially if you get paid from multiple sources, if you got multiple jobs, if you got different side hustles, right? If you're making money from YouTube, if you're making money from whatever you got going on, all of the income needs to go into this one account. Okay. And then at whatever cadence you feel comfortable with, it could be once a month, once a week, every day, you're going to split the money up into these other accounts. And you'll see why it's important. The first account is going to be your investment account. All right. I'll tell you what the percentages are in a minute, but you're going to put money in your investment account. Your investment account is what you're going to use to accumulate the assets that will make you rich. So every dollar that goes in here goes towards making you more money. Okay. Every dollar that goes in this account goes towards making you more money. And I'll give you the percentages in a minute. All right. You're going to have another account for living expenses. All right. Everything in this account is what you're going to live off of. So this is, if you're paying rent, it's going to be your rent, electricity bill, motherfucking electricity bill, groceries, car insurance, child support. It's coming. The next account is going to be taxes. Right? This is where you got to pay Uncle Sam. He going to want his money. All right, no matter what, you got to pay Uncle Sam. If you try to evade your taxes, they're going to put you in jail for that, man. They're going to put you in prison for that. That's how they got Al Capone. They couldn't get him for all the murders and the bootlegging the alcohol. He went to jail for tax evasion. You feel me? That's a Chicago legend like me. And then you had your next account is what I call the baller account. This is the account where you're going to spend on fucking bullshit. Shit to just make fun. If you want to get a Gucci belt, it's going to come out the baller account. All right. If you want to go on some lavish vacations, it's going to come out the baller account. All right. If you want a bunch of OnlyFans subscriptions, it's going to come out the baller account. Right. This is going to be just money you have fun with. You know, if you went to like hookers, And cocaine's got to come out the baller account. I don't advise those things, right? But it could just be, you want to buy yourself a new watch, jewelry, some drip. I think that's what the kids are calling like nice clothes. You want to get yourself some drip. Are the kids still saying drip? If you want to get yourself some drip, it comes out the baller account. All right. Here's the percentages. This is what's going to fuck you up mentally. From your holding account, 50% of your income needs to go into your investment account. 50%. And some of you guys may be thinking, man, I can't afford that. How am I going to do that? Shut up. You're going to watch this video and I'm going to explain it all to you. Don't even worry about it. Right? But you put that in the investment account because the most important thing when it comes to financial success is building up assets. That's the key. You're not going to get rich off income. You're just not. I mean, if you can get rich off income, right, you're probably not sitting around watching YouTube videos about how to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably not where you're at, right? If you can get rich off income, you probably, in training camp for the NFL right now or some shit. Or you are literally playing in the NBA tonight. Or you're working on your next movie, your next blockbuster film. Right? You're not going to get rich off income. You aren't. There are a small amount of people who can. You won't. Right? You're going to get rich. You're going to get rich from your assets. That's what I did. Right? I never made enough. I never got paid enough to be fucking rich. Right? My assets got it for me. Right? Richard Mille assets bought it. All that shit. Jewelry assets bought it. Dope ass oceanfront condo assets bought it. All right. Okay. 50% is going to go in there. Right. Your living expenses, you got to dwindle it down to 30%. Right. 30%. So this is all your bills. 30%. Now, here's the thing. I do not want you to start clipping coupons and imposing austerity upon yourself, right? What I want you to do is to make more. And you see, you got to make more because you're going to only live off it because you got to invest 50% of your income. You got to make more. And I'll get into that in a minute. You have to make more money. And there's a lot of different avenues for you to do this, right? But you're going to live off 30% of your income. All right. So you might have to cut your expenses some, right? If you're doing a lot of bullshit, some shit that you don't need, cut your expenses. Right. One thing I always recommend is that everybody start tracking their expenses. Track every dollar they spend, every dollar they make. We used to use something called mint.com. You can see videos from me from like over a decade ago talking about mint.com, but they went out of business. So now we're using Monarch. I think that's the best one. There's another one called Personal Finance, which is fine, but I think Monarch is the best. They don't pay me to endorse them, but I will take the money, motherfuckers. All right. Believe me, I will. Matter of fact, I shouted y'all out enough that I feel like y'all owe me money at this point. But anyway, track your expenses. And then when you start, you can actually, once you hook up all your accounts to it, you can go back and see what you're spending money on. And you can kind of see things that maybe need to be cut. For example, I was coaching this one entrepreneur. And the first thing I did was make him hook everything up to monarch.com. And we started categorizing his expenses over the last 9 months. And he was spending so much money off bullshit. I was like, no wonder you fucking struggling, man. You spending all this money off bullshit. This motherfucker has spent, or the last 90 days, he has spent like 60 grand on girls. Not like hookers, but like flying girls out, buying them shit. I was like, hey, man, you need to chill, man. You need to pull it together. All right. And he also spent a lot of money on weed, which I said, hey, man, you might want to stop that. All right. 15% goes to taxes. Here's the thing. People always get bent out of shape when I say this. 15% goes to taxes, but you got to remember, most of you guys are W-2 employees, right? So you're going to get some taxes taken out anyway, right? You're going to get some taxes, like the money you get, the taxes are already taken out, And if you're an entrepreneur, I know the tax rate is going to be like 30 something if you're making a shitload of money. Like me, it's like 30 something, almost 40%, right? Federal income tax, right? I don't remember the exact percentage off the top of my head, right? But that's what I'm taxed at, but that's not what I pay because we get write-offs. I don't end up paying that much, right? If I pay over 15%, if I really pay over 15%, shit went wrong, right? But I have a lot of write-offs, whether it's video editors, employees, equipment, real estate, shit like that, so you can get your tax down. And then 5% is your baller account, because as you're marching down this path, you want to be able to enjoy some of it as you make money, right? So you're going to be working really hard. You want to enjoy some of it. So baller account. So anytime I'm buying, if you see me buying a bunch of designer clothes and shit, buying my girl's buying my girlfriend designer shit, designer bags and shit, all that shit comes out the baller account. But it's yeah, if you want to get you a new watch, depending on the watch, I don't know. Take that part out. Right. But you want to flex, you want to go on a fucking crazy trip, you want to do some wild, that comes out the baller account. Now, here's the thing. How do we live off 30% of our income? Unless you really cut your expenses down and really downsize, you're going to have to probably work more. You're probably going to have to work more. So what I recommend is you start working 80 hours a week. 80 hours a week. Because check this out. The average American works about somewhere close to 40 hours a week. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics, I think it's like 37 hours per week. What we want to do is double that. Fucking double that. Right? Because the average American works 30 hours a week. The average income somewhere around 60 grand. It stands to reason if you double that, you should be able to double your income, or at least come close to double it. Right? Boom. And now you put the rest of that money into your baller account. And you put that extra money into your investment account. Right? And you should. And here's the thing. This is exactly what I did, because during the recession of 08, my father had killed himself in 07, right before the recession of 08, and I was in a position, even though I went to college, Howard University, fucking great school, top 50 business schools in the United States, I couldn't get a job, couldn't get a good job because nobody was hiring. We had record unemployment. It was the highest it had been since the Depression. So I just started fucking working more. I would wake up at like 4 a.m., train people in the morning in the gymnasium, shower at the gym. Then I work at the Prada store as a security guard with an asterisk. I wasn't really good at that job. I didn't guard anything or keep anyone secure. I watched motherfuckers steal shit. I was like, yeah, he got us, guys. They're like, yo, Brandon, man, this guy just stole something. I'm like, yeah, we got to do better next time, guys. As a security unit, we got to do better. And then after that, I worked. That was before Obamacare kicked in. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't have insurance, but that fucking $5,000 purse, that shit was insured. So I was making a business decision. I had to make a decision, like, whether to lose my job or go to the hospital. This motherfucker I know he wants that purse more than I want to stop him. Sometimes it's not about the dog in the fight. It's about the fight in the dog. And I ain't have much fight. Fuck that shit. I ain't give a fuck. Anyway. And after that, I would work for a moving company. And that was 5 days a week. And on the weekends, I woke up early, trained people in the morning. Then I was the weekend manager of a restaurant in Queens, a barbecue restaurant on Steinway Street in the Astoria, Queens. And I was working like 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 years. But I was doing the MBA accounting shit, and after those 2 years, I wasn't broke, doing labor in the middle of a recession, and not even a good job. And I was able to take all that money I stacked up and invested into my business, my first business. And this is what I'm asking. This is what I'm telling you to do, man. You're going to have to work more. So that can be getting extra hours at work, right? That can be getting another job, getting another part-time job, working on the weekends. If you need to drive Uber, if you need to fucking do food delivery, if you need to go on TaskRabbit and start motherfucking doing handyman shit, whatever it takes, whatever it takes, 80 hours a week. And, a lot of times when people say, when I've said this before in other videos and people started clowning me, roasting me in the comments. And I'm like, whoa, bro, this is for people who want to get rich. This is not, if you want to live a regular life, be a regular guy doing regular shit, then then do whatever you want. That's cool, man. There's no obligation for you to have extreme financial success. I'm just telling you what it's going to take. I have never, I'm going to be clear. Just look at me in my eyes. I have never met someone who got rich working 40 hours a week. I've never seen it. I don't know anybody who's done it, right? Even some pro athletes I know, right? Like they fucking worked on their craft round the clock until they got their first big contract in the league. Like I have never met a motherfucker who got rich working 40 hours a week. Maybe they exist, but I'm willing to wager I know more rich people than you. You know what I'm saying? Like they're my friends. I kick it with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm willing to wager that I know more rich people than you. And not one of them got rich working 40 hours a week. I just haven't seen it. So if you don't want to be rich, it's cool. And if you want to type in the comments, man, but what about family and blah, blah, blah. Money's not everything. Hey, brother, why are you watching videos about getting rich if it's not a priority? You know what I'm saying? If it's not a priority, why the fuck are you here? You know what I'm saying? You want to fucking just spend time with your family? You should be watching parenting YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? You should be watching videos about whatever kind of shit you into, right? And this is going to be difficult if you got a bunch of kids, right? If you got like 30 kids, if you want your Nick Cannon shit, this is going to be difficult for you to do. I'm going to be real with you. But, brother, I didn't tell you to have all them kids. I waited till I was rich to have my son. Like my son was playing. Maybe you should have been more responsible. Not had the kids when you was poor. The fuck was you thinking about? Who told you to do that shit? Who the fuck told you motherfuckers to start having kids before you was rich? That's silly. That's fucking silly. What the fuck? Why'd you do that? You should have pulled out. That's what I would have did. That's what I did. Pulled out with the condom on. Yeah. Because if you get someone pregnant and you pull it out with the condom on, that's Jesus. That's the second coming. That's the next Jesus. That little baby gonna be somebody. He gonna save us all. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do. Pull out with the condom on. You won't get no one pregnant. But you are where you are, motherfucker. You don't have to work. You don't have to do the best you can with what you got. All right. Now that we got that covered, all right, the investment account. This is the most important part of this strategy. Someone said, I see a comment. Someone said, I'm shiny. Yo, man, that's God. That's God's favor shining down upon me from the heavens. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord's blessing shining down on me, man. You dealing with the you're dealing with the golden king of ketosis, man. Anyway, the investment account. How are you going to allocate these resources? Okay, so there's three different accounts. There's three different investments you can make. Right? Stocks, which is the most passive. The stock market. Again, stocks, ETFs, cryptocurrency. I fucking hate that they call it currency. Nobody's paying for shit in Bitcoin. Like almost nobody. Right? So whatever. Crypto, if that's what you want to do, right? If that's your thing, for those of you who are less risk adverse, that's one. Then there's real estate. Real estate is a good one, right? Especially real estate is cool because you get appreciation, and you get if you renting out the property, then you get monthly income, dividends, or where you're going to get the most upside is with your own business. Your own business, right? These are things you can invest in, your own business, right? And now here's the thing: your own business is the riskiest one. For sure, right? But it by far has the most upside. All investments are risky, but it has the most upside, right? Stocks are especially if you're just buying like an ETF into like a S&P 500 ETF, that's the most passive, but it doesn't have the same upside or monthly income as real estate. So, but it's the less risky, right? So basically, with any investment, the more upside you want to get, the more upside usually is accompanied by more risk, And your own business is the riskiest. Most businesses fail. Right? That's why a part of investing in your own business is investing in your skill set, right? Initially, you might have to learn stuff. You might have to hire mentors. You might have to go back to school, right? You might have to take classes. You might have to buy courses. You might have to attend different trainings, depending on what your business is, because you want to have as many weapons in your arsenal to wage this war against poverty as you can, right? So the reason most businesses fail, you know why most businesses fail? Because most motherfuckers just start a business. They think, hey, I'm just going to learn this shit on the fly and figure it out. But it's like, you don't do that shit with anything else, right? Like motherfuckers got to pass a test and take classes to get a driver's license, But motherfuckers just be want to start a business, throwing money at it, and that's why most businesses fail. However, if you were in a position, because we know it's the most risky, we need to have the most preparation, right? We need to have the most preparation. So you want to initially, your first investments in your business are probably going to be investing in yourself, right? Classes, maybe going back to school. Some of y'all might have to go back to college, depending on what you want to do, or go to college if you're really young. Or maybe courses or books or studying, right? You want to invest in yourself as much as possible. And then you keep investing. And then once you start the business, you might want to just keep investing in the business. Like 50% of your income should go back in the business. That's what I did. First, I just worked a bunch. I invested in as many programs, classes, mentors as I could. Then I started my business. And then I just kept investing in the business over and over again. Because once I had got it going, especially when I started spending money on ads, right? I was getting like a 2-3x return monthly on my ad spend, right? I'm not going to get that in the stock market. I'm not going to get that in real estate. So I was like, fuck it. I'm putting all my money back into the business because that's where I was getting the highest return. And then it got to the point where I was getting so much money. Okay, now I can start doing stock market. I can start doing real estate, alternative investments that I'm not going to talk about here, like whether it's luxury time pieces, gold, shit of that nature. Right. So you want to just keep investing in the business. If that's the route you choose, that's not for everybody. Some people should probably just put money into a S&P 500 ETF. Like there's some people who should do that, right? And it's going to take you longer to get rich. For example, let's say you put $2,000 a month into the S&P 500 ETF, which has an annual average return of 10%. $2,000 a month, 10%. If you do that for 20 years, at the end of 20 years, you have $1.3 million, right? So if you're 20 years old, you can just do that. By the time, if you're 23 years old, you just do that. By the time you're my age, you'll be a millionaire. Okay? But that's going to take a long time, right? But it's the safest route. It's the safest route. If you want to make money faster, then you need a different vehicle, right? And if you want to make money faster, it's probably going to be the business. If you want to get richer faster, right? If you want to get richer faster, it's going to be the business. You feel me? All right. And that's really the game plan. That's really the game plan. The key is to not, once you start making money, is to not raise your living expenses over 30% of your income, right? You want to keep it at 30%. So if you want to increase your standard of living, there's two ways you could do this. One is either increase your income so that 30% is larger, then you can get a bigger house, better car, and all that shit, or have your assets pay for them, or especially if you have passive assets. For example, when I bought this watch, right, and when I bought it, this RM29, it was $200K. You can get them for cheaper now, though. I bought this at the top of the pandemic when prices were super high. You can get one of these for like $160 now. The prices went down. I kind of bought it the wrong time, but so you can get one now for way cheaper, man. You should probably should. Anyway, I used income I was getting from my stocks. So what I do is, I talked about it before, but I sold covered calls against my covered calls against my stock portfolio. And I accumulated that, and I used that to buy this, right? And I did that with like almost all my jewelry, right? But I use money from assets to buy another asset. Does that make sense? Use assets from assets to buy assets. It's asset inception. Assets on assets. Because once you start accumulating these assets, you're gonna have some fat assets. You start backing up that assets. Back that asset up. You can invest it in the more assets. Right. Right. But you don't want to increase your standard of living. Right. And you also want to make sure you keep putting away that 15% for taxes. And the baller account allows you to enjoy the ride. Right. You can indulge on shit. And here's the thing, that the baller account, the cool thing about the baller account is it actually forces you to make more money. Let's say you want to get you a Gucci shirt. You want to get you a Gucci shirt. Maybe the Gucci shirt costs $100 or something, All right. 5% of your income. Right. So how much money you got to make? You got to make, Nema, you Asian, right? 100 is 5% of what? 100 is 5% of what? Yeah, of what number? 100 is 5% of 2,000? No. You just divided by 0.05. It's going to be 2,000. 2,000? I did that shit in my head, man. I'm fucking nice. I'm nice, nigga. I'm not even Asian and I did that shit. So if you want to get you a Gucci shirt, right? It costs $100. You got to make $2,000. You know what I'm saying? You got to make two. So, all right, cool. Let me go out here and make that $2,000. Right now, but the beauty of it, because you got to put 50% in your investment account, you also were able to save $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So buying a Gucci shirt, when you follow MBA accounting, buying a $100 Gucci shirt meant that you put $1,000 into your investment account, because you had to make $2,000 and you had to put 50% of that in the investment account. So it forces you to work harder. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It forces you to buy more assets. This is the key. Stack them assets. Stack that asset, man. You know, and this is the key to getting rich. If you can do this, you will get rich, right? And my first business was an online training. I started an online training business, and I built that to 7 figures. And now I teach other people how to grow their online fitness business too. Right? If you want a free guide on how you can use how you can build your online fitness business, I have a link in the description to an ebook that basically it's a guide that'll show you how to use AI to grow your online fitness business. Right. So with AI, and it's a lot easier now than it was when I started, right? Because we didn't have, Instagram didn't even have videos. There was no TikTok, no YouTube Shorts, none of that shit. Right? So it's a lot easier now. So this ebook is going to show you how to use AI to grow your following. Right. It's going to show you how to use AI to actually make more sales from social media, because we're not using social media like we're not high school girls, right? We don't want followers and likes, man. We want to get the fucking money, right? And it's going to show you how to use AI to actually train your clients. Even if you don't have experience, to show you how to train your clients so they get great results. The link is in the description. Download that now. All right. Cool. All right. Yo, man, real quick, before we do the market update, I think there was a big super chat. Pause.
Yes, it's Ariel saying, God bless you.
Hey, man. Thank you, Ariel. Ariel put up 50 on it, man. Shout out to you, homie. Shout out to you. That I'm assuming that came out his baller account, which means he had to bank $1,000 to do that shit. But he put 500 in his investment account. We out here balling. All right, let's do it. Yo, let's get the market update. Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is the market update. Greg. I hear like an echo. Sound like I'm in a chamber. Sound like I'm in the chamber of secrets. All right, it's better now, But you muted. Hey, man, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
How is it now? Is it good?
Hey, yeah, we good. What's going on, y'all? This is the market update. I'm your boy, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, Unctimus Prime, and and I'm here with Young Candlestick. Yeah, feel me? Young Candlestick, man. He's a certified CMT market technician. All right. He's also passed his Series 65. Come on, man. All right. Motherfucking market master. What's up, man? What's up with the market this week, Playboy?
We got a lot of volatility. We got down markets. We got up markets. We got crude oil going wild. We got Oracle earnings. And I've got some long setups. I got some short setups for you guys.
Ooh, Oracle earnings. You know, I met Larry Ellison before.
Yeah, you were telling me that's
so the homie cool. Larry. We'll get into that later, man. I'll tell you what Larry told me, man.
Okay.
Larry told me the future, and it came true.
Yeah. You were saying earlier that you probably know more rich people than any of us watching. That's another example.
I mean, me and Larry, we ain't got each other's phone number. He don't hit me up when he's in town or no shit like that. Yeah. Like he came and spoke at my college once,
Yeah. And that's cool. You want to get exposure like that. You can always learn from anybody.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Larry.
So what we have on the screen right here is the fear and greed index. So this is how investors feel about the market. Yeah. Are they extremely fearful, ducking and covering? Or are they being greedy ass motherfuckers just buying up stocks at all-time highs? Right now, on a scale of 0 to 100, we're at a 28 out of 100. So market participants are fearful. But the thing is, the market has barely dropped. And I'm looking at this and thinking, there's a chance the market bottomed on Monday. Okay? There's a chance.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. The bottom might be in.
Let's keep going.
Now, one of the main things I was talking about for 2026 was that we'd see a bearish quarter one. And so from the all-time highs, the S&P dropped about 5%. That's a normal mini correction. And that's one of the things that I'm looking at is the market might have bottomed. We had a decent sell going from Thursday into Friday. And then Friday, big ass gap down into Monday. And then from Monday, literally after like 30 minutes of selling, the market bounced 3%. Okay. And a big part, these moves are wild, by the way. Like puts are like going 10x on the drops. Calls, if you're buying near the bottom, they're going 10 to 20x. Puts today went 10x into the close. Calls this morning, like you can just look at a call option on the right side of my screen. $480 turns into $3,500. Like these are the crazy moves, meaning the market makers are not pricing in volatility very well. And it just tells you how extreme and how wild and how news driven the market is. And we're seeing a big correlation, inverse correlation between the S&P 500 and crude oil prices. So crude oil prices /CL. Look at this chart. This is wild. Crude oil prices have more than doubled since December, late last year. They've gone up 112%. And literally yesterday, Trump was talking about how oil prices are coming down. And he's technically right so far. Oil prices are off almost 30% from their highs. But if shit gets worse with this war, these oil prices can spike up higher. The thing is, though, is that Trump will do whatever he can to get these crude oil prices down. It wreaks havoc on an economy. Because
will he stop the war to do it? Will he pull out the war?
It's crazy because we don't know. Some people say this war is going to go a lot longer than Trump says. Trump thinks the war is pretty much done.
YouTube, you seen that Asian guy? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you have
there's an Asian guy on YouTube.
Oh man,
and he's like professor. He said this shit's gonna get crazy.
Yeah,
he's like makes a lot of predictions or some shit.
It's a really unpredictable environment. Like I could see the war ending shortly, but I feel like it's gonna last a bit longer than what Trump is saying. Let's ask
Nema, man. He's from
Nema,
Nema's from he's indigenous to that region. That's where he's from, man. He got out while the getting was good.
Welcome, Nema.
Yeah, man. Shout out to he's American now, man. Switch teams. It's kind of like, when I was a kid, like, there was like a bunch of different gangs in Chicago, and every once in a while somebody would switch gangs. That's kind of what Nema did.
Join the winning team.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I get it.
You can beat it.
Who do we trade? Nema for Nema. Did we give somebody else? I don't know if that's how it works. Nema, when do you think the war is going to end in your the country you come from?
To be honest, it really depends. When we look at the Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oh man, fucking Benjamin.
Yeah.
Damn.
He was saying that it's very close because the end game for them, like the next step strategically, apart from the oil only, like what's happening from Trump's side, from Israel's side, is they want to make sure they are fully neutralized. So there will be a calling for people to get to the street and take over. So, and there was a speech that he did, I think it was today or yesterday. He was saying that we are very close, like days away.
But yeah, this fucking guy, man, my whole life, every once in a while, I turn on the news. I'm 43. I turn on the news or turn on social media, and it's only a matter of time before I see something that makes me say, man, fuck Netanyahu. It's been like this my whole fucking life. I don't want to get it confused. I fucks with Jewish people, man. Like, I got a bunch of Jewish friends. You know what I'm saying? I just don't fuck with one. Then, just this one guy. It's not a reprimand. It's not me making assumptions or assertions on the entire group. That guy is a piece of shit. I'm saying, let's continue.
If the war is going to end in just a few days, it's time to buy stocks. It's time to go hard. We need to get in some call options. We need to take a look and have the VIX confirm. So VIX, this is our volatility and fear index. As this goes up, markets drop, and they drop rapidly. As the VIX goes down, you'll see that grinding uptrend. If VIX gets smacked, you'll start to see bigger spikes in the market, like towards the upside. But if VIX is holding this support, that's going to mean that the market still has another round of selling. But if VIX slowly trickles on down, VIX doesn't like to stay high for very long. Okay. It doesn't like getting blazed and staying high for a super long period of time. It's like a quick spike, and then okay, time to be sober for a bit of time. Quick spike, sober. So that's kind of the trend with the VIX. And so, we can take a look at like semiconductors. They're up while the market was down today. That's a bullish leading indicator. And semiconductors tend to lead the market. My favorite semiconductor is TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. I was kind of waiting for lower prices, but I might take a buy. I might have to buy this tomorrow, just, get my feet wet into that stock. NASDAQ has relative strength. It was flat today while the S&P 500 was red. You have Oracle reporting earnings saying that AI growth is going to be strong going at least into 2027. And so if we have some bullish,
what does Oracle do? What do they do?
Basically, Oracle, what they're doing is they're in part of like the software sector, cloud software. Okay.
Yeah. So, you just said some bullshit. You don't know what they do.
No, they do cloud software.
Nobody really knows what they do. I know they.
I don't work directly with Oracle, like NetSuite by Oracle. I haven't used Oracle myself, but it's just
me neither. Software. Who the fuck is using it?
Dave Ramsey promotes it.
Oh fuck. When I met Larry, he came and spoke at my college, man, and he said, "Yo, this is in like 2001, old school, right? 2001. We was all listening to Nelly and Ja Rule, right? And wearing Rockaware and platinum FUBU, okay? And so I'm in there, and Larry said, "Yo, listen," and he said, "In the future, we won't be going to the store and buying software. Yeah, it's going to come straight from the cloud, straight from the internet." Because prior to that, if you wanted to get a piece of software, you had to go to the store, like the software store, Circuit City, Best Buy, and like buy software. I know that sounds crazy to the children, but we used to have to buy software. And he said, "Nah, man, it's going to come straight to, you're going to be able to download it straight from the internet." And I was like, it was like a mind fucking. Now I'm fucking making software, fucking Claude code and shit. Like I'm making my own software. But at the time, that shit, Larry was right.
Yeah,
Larry was right. It started with pornography though. Yeah. We got the porn before we got the new Windows update. You know what I mean? We got the porn first. We got the porn first because before we used to have to go to the porn store. You ever been to a porn? You ever been to a porn store, Greg?
Isn't it just like the videos in the back of like Blockbuster or what?
Similar, but no, there was whole stores dedicated to this shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and you had to go in there with a fucking your hat low, maybe your hood on.
Embarrassed to go in.
Larry changed
your
that
neighbor
for us.
As you're checking out.
Yeah. Larry changed that for us. Some people still buy porn, like physical porn. Yeah, like if you ever be at the plane station and they got the magazines, and they'll be like, "This fucking porn." You can buy porn magazines. Yeah, there's like they'll be blocked off. I'm like, what kind of horny motherfucker you gotta be, man? I gotta get porn at this flight.
What are they doing in their seat?
Yeah, I gotta get physical porn before this flight. Good, thank God they got it here at motherfucking Hudson News. Anyway, let's keep going. Oracle, they reported earnings.
Yep, they reported earnings. I would say instead of buying Oracle stock, I think Microsoft is the better software stock to buy.
It's only micro when it's soft.
It's only micro when it's soft.
Yeah,
but it's about to get large. It's gonna be micro, large,
macro,
large, soft,
large, soft, macro hard.
Macro hard. It's time to buy macro hard stock, guys. MSFT. Hey, this is not financial advice.
Throw the chart up, man. Throw the chart. Let's look at that. Let's look at some of that micro.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Large hard. I think that Microsoft at least gets up to like 480 within the next 3 years, probably $600 plus. So I do think that it's worth buying right now. It's kind of showing
that's an ugly chart, man.
Yeah, it is ugly. It's not terrible. It's not like the most bullish chart, but it's not like super bearish.
Okay.
It may take some time, but Microsoft on a risk-adjusted basis, I think that's pretty good. Okay. And that's the same. You could just buy the QQQ ETF. You know, I like Google stock. Google's looking great. It might not drop to the buy point that I'm looking for, but prices, if they don't drop, they can correct through time. And that just means if it's going sideways for a long period of time, that's telling us that investors are accepting these prices up here. The auction has concluded. Its value has been, accepted up here, and we should start to move higher. So I really do like Google. XLC also is Google and Meta. Meta.
The communication sector.
Yep, communication sector. This is Google, Meta, Netflix, Verizon, and then a bunch of no-name stocks that nobody gives a shit about. But instead of buying Meta directly, I'd rather just buy XLC and get my Google and Meta through that. Okay.
Get yourself some Google in this bitch. Yep. Yeah.
I bought Target Friday, and I bought more Target today. TGT stock. I think that the stock can get up to 160 to 180. This is starting to show signs of a bottom. Okay. So that's one that I'm looking at. MBIS has good relative strength. So this is AI data centers, one of the leaders in it. Look for a breakout over 110. Okay. Guess what stock made new lows today? Well, the rest of the market is bouncing. Roblox.
Roblox. Man, fuck Roblox. We shorten that shit.
I've been saying all year, short the bounces on Roblox. It's going to 40. And so Roblox starting off at 107 for the year, now down at 57. So it's down about 50%. I'm still short on Roblox. On the next leg lower, though, I'm going to start taking profits on it. Okay. I'm still short on Uber stock. Uber, look at that, starting to crack lower.
Yeah, you don't fuck with Uber.
No, I fuck with Waymo. Waymo's the new one. Okay. Right. Another short is AppLovin, APP. Okay.
AppLovin.
This one's kind of like another AI data center as well. Provides end-to-end artificial intelligence-powered advertising solutions for businesses in the United States and internationally. So that advertising and apps.
Yeah, that sounds like some bullshit.
It got really carried away, added into the S&P 500, then went through a volatile topping formation, and then just yesterday I shorted it and then took profits today. I do think that the stock can drop at least another 10%, if not more. Okay. I still like longs on Honeywell, part of the offense sector. Look at that, rebounded sharply. So check out ITA.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about ITA, man. What are you thinking?
It had a false breakout over the 245 level. It looks just neutral right now. It doesn't look bullish. It doesn't look bearish. So it could go sideways for the next few weeks or months. So it's one of those things where if it gets oversold, then it's a buy. Otherwise, you just got to be like, hey, hands off. Hands off.
If you guys have any questions about stocks or security, leave a super chat for Greg and we'll review whatever the fuck you got going on.
Yeah, come check it out. And I just want to share with you guys some of the wins that we've been having in victory trades. Today, Iron Condor, $210 profit.
Come on.
All you had to put up was $290. Here's Jacob, Swift Dinosaur, making $190.
Come on,
Here's
Swift.
Simus Vizak, he made $640 cash from the Iron Condor. Here's Henry making $150. There's some huge wins the other day as well. We got some new funded accounts. Look at Simus. He made $150K funded account.
Come on, man. If you want to join Victory Trades, click the link in our description. You get Greg's trade alert straight to your phone every day. His options trades, and you can trade futures with us every morning. Or we trade futures, and we don't even use our own money. We use prop firm Apex, right? Use code Victory Trades if you want to join. But we use that and we help our students get funded accounts. Man, what do you got? A 300K account?
You got a 300K. That's the hardest one to pass.
Yeah.
That's the hardest one. You gotta
come on, man.
You gotta make good. You gotta make like 20 grand profit. 20
Which one of the homies
profit.
made that?
What's that?
Who made that one? Who got
Jeremiah Davis, JD Davis. He's been with us live every day for months.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to JD Davis. He's crushing it. I got some funded accounts. Look at some of these call options though. $52 into 658.
Come on,
1100% gain. Look at this one, $50 into 850, and he had 2 of them. So that means he turned $100 into $1,700. These moves you can learn through the options course that comes with Victory Trades. Okay, I'm posting some setups as well, but that's a 1,600% gain. Here's another one: $19 into 454. He put up $19 on a call, turns into $454.
Fucking A, bro.
I know, like that's over 2,000% return. Got some gains on oil. Nema's over here killing it. Shout out to Nema.
Hey, Nema, really, man, what's up, Nema? Come on, man.
Yeah,
he got the inside trade. That might be insider traded. If Nema's trading on oil, that might be insider trading right there, man. We might have to call the SEC on him, man. Yeah.
Nema's really, really smart, you guys. Like, I am blown away when I'm talking to him. I love it. We had a really good coaching call, and we were just going over different futures strategies. I was talking about your strategy. Nema is telling me about his strategy. There's some cool things coming.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, show him that we was trading futures today, man. Show him the futures chat.
Yeah. So
we was trading live this morning.
Brandon, $6,200 cash. Look at this.
So I'm trading with, like, what you see here. I'm trading with 20 different accounts. So I have 20 150K accounts and funded accounts, right? And we trade with Apex, and I use a trade copier so I can trade all of them at once. So like you make one trade and it's a trade copy. It copies them to all the accounts. It's lit.
Cool. It was a good day. You were on fire with the call outs. I made some good money too on my funded accounts.
Come on, man.
Going in and out. PJ over here making about $800 right over there. G Tomo, he made it 200 right over there. JD Davis, this is what got him that $300,000 funded account. There's 771. Here's Prezi. Prezi's so consistent. Here's $4,800 profit.
Yo, man, Prezi's 23. I didn't know that.
No way, bro. Looks like he's like 29.
Oh, I meant to say 23. 23
years old?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so
he's pulling like $4,000 a month plus from the futures accounts. That's a good income at 23.
Bro, that's a good income at any age, man.
Yeah. No, exactly. Just because it's supplement, it's just done in 1 hour a day.
Yep.
Here's Jelani over here. He's crushing it. Making about 200 per account. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Prezi. God bless y'all. I'm 23. King Smoothie's 25. Ryan's 40 plus. Notorious is going to be 30. Commander Fields is 35. Hanzo Griffin's 42. Daddy Warbucks 38. Palma 31.
Yeah, so we got all different age ranges, 46. Man. We're making money. Yeah.
Yeah. Gabe over here made $2,800. Shout out to Gabe. Apple came out with new emojis.
Oh yeah, I was. So we be in there chatting, while we waiting for the setup, But yeah, we get motherfuckers make money. If you want to join Victory Trades, the link is in the description.
No, definitely. I'll see you a lot for live trading tomorrow.
Yeah. I think Greg, I think you got some super chats.
Yeah, you got some super chats. So this was a shout out, Greg, from Dream Hopper. So shout out to Greg. That motherfucker don't miss. I'm up 41%.
Come on, man.
That's what's up. Shout out to Chris. His name's Chris. He booked a coaching call.
Hang with Marcus is saying, Brandon and Greg, if you were told there is 100% chance of credit crunch happening, where would you all go?
Interesting. Short the hell out of KRE. KRE puts.
What's KRE?
It's the regional bank ETF. So regional banks, they tend to do higher risk loans. So like riskier loans that, that maybe somebody shouldn't be getting the money for. And so if there's a ton of defaults and there is a credit crunch, there's going to be a lot of defaults on those loans, and the regional banks are going to have to take those losses, aka the stocks get their ass whooped. Okay. So KRE puts, XLF puts, we made almost 100% on XLF puts, buying them Friday, taking profits on Monday. So you can stick with XLF puts on that. Otherwise, you could just go with SPX or S&P 500 puts. Everything drops if there's a real credit crunch. The question is can the consumer survive in time before there's a recession? Trump will do whatever it takes so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he will.
But it is a real risk, Okay.
Yeah, we got Elazar saying, Microsoft thoughts, I have 45K in it. Technical analysis, please.
You got it. So if you have 45K in Microsoft, why not sell some covered calls? You could sell a covered call and you can just sell like the 0.10 delta, which means that there's only a 10% chance you get called away. You get $31 this week. Next week, you get $60. So you can cash flow it. But in terms of technical analysis, let's go from top down. Monthly time frame. Coming into
you checking out Microsoft, I'm using the bathroom.
You got it. So this is the 50-period EMA, meaning it's the exponential moving average of price, and an EMA hugs price closely to the most recent price action. An SMA is just going to be an overall average of price. But notice how Microsoft on the monthly time frame respects this EMA. Okay, so rally, bull flag, rally, comes close to the EMA, bounces. We're right now at that 50-period EMA on the monthly. Could we see some sort of a bounce? That's why I'm looking at something like 480 on Microsoft. That's probably going to be resistance on the first go around. So if you want to trim some, that's the spot. Otherwise, I would just hold. I wouldn't. It depends on what the rest of your portfolio is, but if your whole portfolio is in Microsoft, maybe diversify a little bit away into the QQQ ETF. But when we're looking at this now, right over here, we can see lower low, but the RSI pretty much stays the same and makes a slight higher low. This is called a bull divergence. That means it made lower lows on weaker momentum, meaning price has a better chance of rebounding. And that's exactly what took place. So now what Microsoft needs to do next to get up to the next level is it needs to break above 412.87. You see how it's kind of like stalled there at this resistance point? If it can pop that, it can come up and test the 50-period EMA on the daily. And that would be something like 425. So that's the next speed bump zone for Microsoft. Fundamentally, though, the stock is great. I can pull up a Morningstar analyst report. I use these Morningstar reports when I managed the Hamlin Endowment Fund in college. And it was super helpful. I got them in on Amazon, helped them get out of some other shitty stuff. But here, Microsoft, fair value, $600 per share. So these are really good analysts. These are what's called CFAs, chartered financial analysts. I'm a CMT, so chartered market technician. So I'm the technical side of things. They're the fundamental side of things. And they say $600 per share. Does that mean it's guaranteed to go up to 600? No. But it means that as it gets closer to that $600 per share level, that's a great time to lighten up your shares. Okay. If not, get fully out. Okay. And they update this based off earnings, cash flows, the overall market environment. You can read this entire report and geek out, slap it into AI, have it summarize it for you or explain it in like layman's terms. But you can take a look. Oracle, fair value 215. Salesforce, fair value 280. Google, fair value 340. Microsoft, fair value 600. So take a peep at that. Microsoft isn't a stock you necessarily trade. It's not the best trading stock, but it is a good stock for investing purposes. So as long as Microsoft holds this like 380, I don't think it really dumps. If Microsoft breaks 380, we could be coming down to at least 360, but potentially something like 330 or 320. I don't think Microsoft like gets underneath $300 per share ever again. So I could be wrong, but I assign a very low probability that Microsoft ever gets underneath 300 again, unless there's like some crazy market crash or like nukes go off or something wild happens. But I don't see more than like 25% drawdown in Microsoft. But from this price, it has at least 50% upside. So you have a built-in 2-to-1 risk to reward on your investment. With the dividend.
All right. Cool, man. Hey, that's all the yo. All right, cool. Yo, one question I got. Excuse me, hymns.
Yeah, hymns. Damn, I had call options from 16 on hymns, but they expired last Friday just before this fat ass gap up. So idea was right, but timing was off. And so that's the same as being wrong. But
yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's really tricky to get in hymns after it pops, 55%.
Balls.
Yeah. It's really hard to get in after it pops. It's true.
Get in hymns is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Get in hymns is crazy.
That's why I'm not getting in hymns.
Oh my god.
You ain't going to be in hymns. But
all right.
Their value of the stock is $32 per share. So it does still have upside, like another 40% upside, but there's no like good like buy setups that I really have. If it came back down to like 17, that's a dip buy. That's where you can sell cash secured puts on, and then you can wheel it. Other than that, though, I think it's a bit tricky to get involved up here. It's a very news driven stock.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, real quick, one more. Garmin.
Ooh, it's been a while. Let's check in on it.
But like they had earnings last month and they killed it.
This shit's all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. 260 down to 180, back up to 260. Yeah. It's a messy chart. So when I'm looking at this, first of all, look at the nice dividend, 90 cents per share. Not too bad. They crushed it on earnings. So when you see like a gap up like this on earnings, if it comes back in to like fill this gap, that's the buy spot, like 220. Other than that, though, I think it's too risky to buy up here, even though it could be like a bull flag. But if it breaks underneath like 230, it could be coming down to that 220. See how it holds there, but that'd be the only buy spot. 220 balance.
All right, cool, man. Listen, guys, if you want to trade with us, join Victory Trades. Links in the description. You get Greg's trade alert straight to your phone, and you can trade with us every morning live as early as tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of fun. We make a lot of money together. It's awesome. Thank you, Greg.
Yep. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace out.
Peace. All right. I think I got some super chats.
Yes, you do. Okay. We got Noirad. Says, what's up, BBC?
What up?
Rex? Recommendation.
Yeah,
recommendation on how to burn max calories in the least amount of time. Plateauing around 300 calories in 30 minutes. I do weights routine. Okay, that meant to be a question.
Yeah.
Should I do weights routine or HIIT?
You should always be everybody should be lifting weights, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about elderly people, children. Like everybody should be lifting weights. All right. So like that's not a thing. If you want to burn more calories, it's difficult to burn enough calories to burn enough fat. To burn a significant amount of fat. Cardio helps, right? But diet's the most important thing. I've helped people lose a ton of weight with doing no cardio, right? Just having their diet on point. It's easier to eat less because check it out. The average person burns about 100 calories when they run a mile, right? But you can eat 100 calories in like a handful of almonds, a cup of rice, banana, so it's so much easier to like eat more. Like cardio is not the best way to lose fat. That's why it's not called fat loss exercise. It's called cardio because it's really good for your cardiovascular system, great for your heart, right? But it's you want to get in a caloric deficit. You want to be you want to have your diet right, that even if you didn't do cardio, you would lose fat. And then you do cardio on top of it. Like that's the key. That's when cardio is effective for fat loss. But you're not going to just have straight up exercise induced fat loss. Because for every pound of fat you want to burn, every pound of fat you want to lose, you have to burn 3,500 calories, like 3,500 calories. And, running a mile on average is fucking 100 calories, right? So it's like, it's just difficult. You want to have your diet to a point where you're already going to be burning enough, where you would lose fat even if you didn't do additional cardio, right? And the easiest way to do it, take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 10, and get that many calories per day, right? So I'm 200. I'm around 200 pounds. I'm kind of fat right now. I'm bulking, right? So I'm like 212, right? But let's just say I was 200 pounds. That cutting, I would have to have 2,000 calories, and I would make sure I get at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which would have me at 200 grams of protein per day. Right now, if I start doing cardio on top of that, now I just take my fat loss up to the next level. But if you're burning 100 calories every 10 minutes. That sounds about right. That sounds about right, unless you're getting real intensive. But there's a problem. There's a big problem with, how do I put this? When you do a whole lot of exercise to burn calories, this is what's fucked up. What you're about to hear is two things happen. It causes you to, a lot of times it can cause you to burn less calories throughout the day. Unless you're on high stimulants like me, but your body will try. Your body wants to stay at homeostasis, right? So it'll compensate for making you burn less calories throughout the day. And cardio can actually affect the hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. So a lot of times people get hungrier because they do cardio. Right, so that's why I'm just not a big fan of overdoing the cardio. If you're going to do cardio, it should be either real fast, like you're doing HIIT cardio, cool. Or me, I prefer slow cardio because it's easier on my joints, especially hey brother, we in our 40s, man. We look here, brother, we unks. Can't be out here running around doing sprints at 40. Right. So I do slow cardio. I get on the exercise bike. I get on that while I'm working, the desk bike or dike, and I get on that when I'm burning, right? Or I do this thing, the elliptical. Get on this shit. Go put my iPad on that shit. I'm watching basketball, football, motherfucking Sports Center, YouTube or something. While I'm on this shit. And but the diet's the most important part. You cannot out train a bad diet, but you can out diet bad training. Diet's the most important part. All right.
Then we got Powell, just $2.
Just showing love.
Showing love.
Hey, shout out to you, pal. Appreciate that.
And then we got Eric saying, "Love the content, King Keto. This shit is fire."
Hey man,
is it?
Glad to hear it.
Is
a lot
of
truth in that statement.
Oh yeah. It says, "Is there a difference between audiobooks and physical books?"
Yeah, one you read and one you listen to, brother. You know what I'm saying? But okay, it depends. Different people retain knowledge different ways. Me, it's actually a trade-off because I can remember what I hear better than I can remember what I read. However, I can read faster than I can listen. And I'll have my audiobooks fast, like faster than most people listen to it. It sounds like I'm listening to Twister or Bone Thugs and Harmony when it sounds like I'm listening to the new Bone Thugs and Harmony album when I got my audiobooks on. However, there's a cheat code. I'm gonna show you something. Get yourself an iPad, or you can do this on your phone, right? If you get the Kindle app. You get the Kindle app, all right? And if you get the audiobook and you get the Kindle book. You can do something special. Let me show you this shit. So if I open up one of these motherfuckers, hold on, let me show you. All right, so this the right. So this a book I got. I can hit play on this. Let me turn it up.
See the world like a poet and an artist. Pass through this brief patch of time in harmony with nature and come to your final resting place gracefully, just as a ripened olive might drop, praising the earth that nourished it. And
so it's reading it to me as it's showing up, right? So now you got.
There are some stunningly beautiful turns of phrase in Marcus's meditations, a surprising treat considering the intended audience, just himself. In one passage, he praises the charm and allure of lazy effort, gives them a ready-made excuse.
So the beauty of that is now you have your retention goes way up because you're occupying two senses. Right, your visual sense and your auditory sense, right? So I'll get on a lot of times. I'll get on the elliptical. I have the audio book. I'm doing this shit, and I'll be listening to the audio book and reading it. It's reading it to me basically, but my visuals are occupied, and my auditory senses are. So I'm using two senses, and the retention skyrockets when you do that. Right. So that's kind of my favorite way to read books now. You know what I'm saying? Right. But to answer your question, like that's the difference. The difference is when you listen to, when you read. But the best is to do both. The way I just showed you.
Then we got Steven is asking, why don't you bench anymore?
You know, there's a few exercises I don't do anymore. I don't do deadlifts anymore. I don't do heavy back squats anymore, and I don't bench press. And the main reason I don't is because I'm old. I'm old. Like I've deadlifted a lot. You can look at my fucking shins, and you can see all the scars on them motherfuckers, man, from deadlifting. And it's just the cost benefit analysis of some of those exercises. Just I don't think it's worth it. I feel like my chest is in a good spot. I've benched for years, decades. My chest is in a good spot. So what I do now is I get the cables, and I like to put the cables low, right? And I'll do underhand grip because like upper chest has always been like my weakest spot, right? Like one of my upper chest. And when you do underhand grip, the studies that show it underhand grip, if you did on a bench press, it works to your upper chest more. But doing it on a bench press is fucking weird and dangerous. I feel like I'm gonna do that shit. Fuck that. But on the cables, I take a step forward, come back here, and I go like this up, boom, with the cables. And I squeeze the chest up in there, right? And I feel like that's just as good. Like I really, for me, right? I'm in a good spot with my chest. And yeah, I just feel like the bench press, man, the risk to reward, it's not even the most risky exercise. Like deadlift is the one that's like, all right, I stopped doing that like wait a long time ago. and even heavy back squats is just like, I've accumulated so many little injuries over my last 2.5 decades of training that is just, and they've all came from one of those three exercises: heavy back squats, deadlifts, or bench press. So now I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. I don't think I need that shit no more. Especially deadlifts. It's just like, it's a good exercise. And so now I still squat, but I won't go super heavy with back squats if I do back squats. But it's rarely do I do back squats. I do front squats more than anything because I use a lighter load, pause, and then and then I keep it in front, boom. And yeah, I haven't did I probably haven't done a back squat in over a year. So I hit the leg press. There's a lot of bodybuilders, pro bodybuilders, that don't let deadlift and don't do back squats. There's a lot of them. I know The Rock doesn't deadlift. The Rock doesn't do back squats. He hits the leg lift machine. He's not a bodybuilder, but whatever. Fucking 50 years old, 250 pounds. Well, maybe not anymore, but he was at up until last year. Yeah, and then bench press is just like I like my cable shits. You know, I don't have to worry about injury. I'm good. And yo, it's a funny fact. I stopped doing those exercises a few years ago, all 3 of them. And I'm bigger now. Pause. Like I'm bigger. So I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I don't think I need it, you know. But if I was young, I'd still do those shits, you know. Like it just in my 40s, I got to think more about like longevity and injury prevention more than I did when I was younger. If I was in the NFL, I'd be the oldest player, you know. Father Time is undefeated, and I ain't trying to dare Father Time to fuck with me. Hey man, I don't think we got time. I don't think we got it's over. Hey, listen, guys. We about to get out of here. But before we leave, make sure you download the free ebook, the 7-day AI action plan for online trainers. If you've thought about growing your online fitness business, this book will put you on the path. I've helped over 15,000 people grow successful online fitness businesses. And this is going to show you how to do it and how to leverage AI to make it happen faster. Click that link in the description. Oh, one super chat came in at the buzzer.
Okay. Bethan is asking, I'm accomplishing my financial goals by gaining IT skills, but I really want to be in the entertainment. Is the cost of my time worth pursuing it?
Entertainment, man, it can be lucrative, but it's like so many people want to be in that shit, right? That it's going to listen. It's hard. It's going to be harder to be a successful entertainer than it is going to be an IT professional. I'm gonna be honest with you. You got, you know, I'm not gonna tell you not to follow your passion, you know, if that's your thing, but you know, I would fuck with that IT shit, man. I don't know what kind of entertainer you want to be, right? But I don't like the arts. You know, I play keyboard, drums, guitar. I used to be signed to Sony Records as a rapper, and I got dropped when they merged with BMG, and it just made me not like the business of art. And one of the reasons why it's just so subjective, you know, like we both can hear a song, like a piece of art, like a song, and you can think it's fucking amazing, and I can think it's trash, and we're both right because it's subjective. But like most business is kind of, you know, you did it or you didn't, you know, and I liked that more. And you know, there's so many things that go into art to be successful at art. There's so many things that go into being an artist that doesn't have to do with art. You get what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. There's so many things that don't like. Some people, for example, some people don't like Drake just because they don't like Drake. It's not even like the music, right? Like they don't like him as a person, you know. And it's like that with like almost all art. You know, like some people just don't like Jay-Z, and it's not even about the music. They just don't like him as a person. Or motherfucking Timothy Chalamet, you know, he got into some heat for saying that ballet and opera was whack or some shit. And it's like, that ain't got nothing to do with his art. He don't make that kind of art, but because they don't like what he said, now like he might not win the Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit for a movie about ping pong. Took a lot of balls for a motherfucker making a movie about ping pong to say that some other shit was that nobody fucks with some other art form. But yo, like they might just not like, you know, there's so much shit that goes into art. Like I met some fucking singers at like black churches I went to who sing better than almost every bitch off the radio, right? But they might not have the look or whatever, right? Sing better than like Tay McRae, you know? But they ain't fucking, they ain't mildly attractive white girls, so they ain't gonna get the record deal. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit like that, you know, that has to do with art, and that's why I don't like it, you know. And I never suggest people going to it. If you're gonna do it, then do it, but it's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're getting closer to 5 every week, man. One day we're going to get there. All right. I'll let y'all.